So today, I have YY with me here. He's actually a resident coach with our Piranha Profits community. But rather than interviewing him from that vantage point, I really wanted to talk to him as a options trader himself. So for YY here, he's still working with us full time, but on his own private account, right, he's actually 7x his portfolio, the last I checked, with two main option strategy. So in this very, very quick introduction and feature with YY today, I really wanted to investigate to find out more in terms of how you did it and how potentially the rest of us can learn from you as well. But before that, I think to really just get the details out of the way, YY, can I ask, how much did you started out with from that options account? How long it took? And how much did it grow until as of the time of this recording, if you don't mind sharing?
I started with about 20K, but along the way, I do top up a bit here and there with my salary. So generally, 3 years ago, it was about 38K. Now it has,
38K was the total depositor amount.
as of then. Then now it has grown about 240, if I'm not wrong, 240, with a bit of top up along the way.
Okay.
Yeah, but generally, the last 3 years was very profitable with the two strategies that I use regularly, which is the book horse spread and bullish synthetic.
Okay, so we'll talk more about those specific strategies later on. But maybe just to get us a kickstart, right, in terms of your introduction, can you give us a brief overview of before starting options trading, what were your experiences with investing? Were there any trigger points? How did everything started for you?
I started trading and investing like 9 years ago, but that was without any formal training. So what I did was I went online to go to forums. Any public member can join. So they have no restriction on who is inside, who can comment, all this kind of stuff. So I just buy shares based on forum. So when people say, you buy this share, it's going to go up. So I buy lah, as per what most newcomers will do. So starting part, I did make some money, but eventually started to get greedy listening to these forums again. And I lost about 100K. In fact, that 100K was almost 10 years of my savings. Since I graduated, I worked, scream and save, and lost everything within a week. So that was how I started. I was quite demoralized, even though I have access to the programs in our company, in Piranha Profits, but I didn't attend any of them at that time. So eventually attended the programs and the courses, picked up the skill and rebuilt my account. So now I can safely say that I've recovered all the losses plus more.
Actually, can I ask a little bit more on why, when you had access, right, because you were under our financial education arm as well, why did you not attend those before you started dabbling into it?
It's always the excuse, no time.
Right.
Because you see, when I first started working, I graduated from university, the main concern is about working, getting the salary back home, savings. So I have no idea of how important investing is. So at that time, it's really more of paying back the school loans, the housing loan, making sure there's food at home, all kind of stuff. And to me, it was risky. My family had a bad experience with money. So grew up the typical usual case of not enough food, the whole family squeezed into a room kind of background. So money was very important. So the first 10 years, I didn't attend the courses because I was more focused on sustainability, being able to sustain my life. So only after I've saved enough, then I decided to dabble into it. But the problem is still excuses. Because to attend courses, it will take time, it takes a lot of commitment. And at that time, I didn't want to commit. So I went the easy way, look at forums. Because internet, you can access it anywhere you want. So there's no mentor, nobody to guide me, just go in and true enough, lost my savings because of that. I think the main reason is I wasn't willing to commit to learn it properly.
So before attending the programs itself, you had no financial background at all. What did you study in uni, if you don't mind me
I
asking?
studied history.
History, right.
So you ask me
Okay.
the history of financial, I know lah. Ask me to trade and read balance sheet, all these things, that's beyond me already.
So throughout this whole period, I get that you said you didn't wanted to commit, there were a lot of excuses, then you went onto forums. Other than that, was there any particularly painful lesson that you've learned or picked up throughout the last 9 years?
I think the most important thing I learned over the last 9 years, right, is to get a mentor, to be there to guide me, that's number one, and to be there to tell me that I'm wrong. Because human beings are, we have a lot of ego. We are not willing for other people to tell us that we are wrong. But these 9 years, especially the last 5 to 6 years, I am fortunate enough to get the mentors in Piranha Profits, Bang, Adam, Elson, to guide me. And especially Adam, he has knocked a lot of sense into me. He's the kind that will tell me straight in my face, hey, that's a dumb thing to do. So I'm glad the most important thing I learned over these years is to really get into a community where the mentors can guide me and fellow traders can help me to watch my back and tell me, hey, you are doing something stupid. Please don't do it. You're going to bust your account. So that's why during the black market event, I'll be sharing with you my skills, my strategies, and my experience on how to navigate these turbulent challenges, right? Where nobody is there to guide you, you don't know what to do and stuff. And I'll be sharing with you all the secrets on how to trade options successfully in a community. So sign up with the link below.
So actually, why I understand that you are talking about options, right? Options trading. So can I also understand in terms of your whole investment journey, when you dabble into the financial markets in the earlier part, did you immediately jump into options or were you trading stocks or futures or those things?
When I started, like I mentioned, I traded stocks using forums and I traded Singapore stocks. And eventually I found that Singapore stocks are not very liquid. So that is subjected to a lot of manipulation. So after that, with Adam's guidance, I've moved into US stocks, trading and investing. It got me quite good results, but it's not able to help me accelerate the growth. Investing is generally stable and progressive. Trading is a bit more exciting. And the challenge with trading using stocks is I may put in a stop loss, automated stop loss, but if the stock gaps down, the company gaps down, it is still not fully protected. So that is one challenge that I face, especially when you have more positions. It's very hard to sleep at night. When we are sleeping, the US market is still open. So that creates a lot of stress. After that, I moved into Forex, intraday trading, scalping, a minute chart, 15-minute chart. To be honest with you, I like it. However, it affected my emotional state. It affected my work. So imagine I am teaching and yet I'm looking at my phone, see whether my currency is it making money here and there. So it was very, very stressful and it's not sustainable. After that, what happened was I was introduced to options by Bang and Adam. And Adam was very nice to guide me from the start. So I was the guinea pig to the Piranha Profits options program. So I was supposed to watch all the videos and learn from it. I was the first student. So that was when I got into the world of options and started to see how it can grow my profits in a safe manner as long as I don't do crazy stuff. Because option is very powerful. It's a powerful skill, a powerful tool that many people attempt to use. However, powerful tools in the hands of those who are not familiar with it can self-explode on ourselves. That's why when I learned option from Bang and from Adam, they mentored me to be able to trade it in a safe manner. Where I do face some volatility, however, in the long term, my account has been consistently growing. And that's what I like about options. It's able to help me to grow my account in a fast manner and yet safe manner, as long as I use the tools correctly.
If you're enjoying this conversation, go ahead and give the like button a gentle poke. Also, if you want to learn more about our trainers' individual investing and trading styles, then you must attend our upcoming Black Market live online event. So you can register for free using the link down below. Now, back to the video.
So as we segue into this options topic, so you said initially there were two main strategies. Maybe you can just keep it broad and simple for somebody that might be very foreign to this entire options world. How did you manage to 7x your account in that 3-year time period with that two strategies?
Okay, for the two strategies that I use predominantly, the first one is called book call spread. It was the first strategy that I was introduced to in options. And the reason why I like it is because it allows me to protect my downside, the stop loss, even in the worst case of a gap down. And I can sleep well overnight. So what I did was I used whatever skills I have about technical analysis in the past and just traded book call spread. And the good thing about book call spread is the risk reward is good. For every dollar I risk, I can aim to get back $2. And I don't have to be right all the time. A 40% win rate have already gotten me profitable from there. So that was how I built my small account, okay, using a risk reward of 1:2 by deploying the book call spread. And once my account grows, it grows bigger. then I can deploy another strategy called bullish synthetic. It is slightly more risky. However, when deployed correctly on great companies, this strategy can grow my account very, very fast. Yes.
And bullish synthetic got you a lot more profits.
Yes,
down.
correct.
Okay.
Book cost spread is very suitable for small account holders because it's protected. Okay.
Okay.
But once your account grow large enough, right, you want to really grow it fast, then you can deploy bullish synthetic on the great companies.
So when we look at all these like headline numbers, I think a lot of traders are also wondering how realistic it is for somebody to kind of achieve the kind of results that you're talking about. So we're not talking about like 50%, 100%, you're talking about like 7xing a portfolio, right, in 3 years. So maybe just to identify, are there potential trade-offs? What are the different conditions that allow you to really achieve that kind of results?
I think one of the most important skill or lesson I learned, right, in trading options to get this kind of result, right, is to ignore the news and to look at the fundamentals. Because we know the last 3-4 years, we have tons of news. In fact, the last 5 years, you got COVID, you got Donald Trump, you have China-US trade war, you have Ukraine war, you have all kinds of wars. Okay, and these wars, right, will bring down the market for a while. To most people, this is recession, retracement, whatever it is. To me, this is the opportunity. However, opportunities, right, are only for people who are ready to pick it up. For people who are not ready, you don't have the skills, then even if opportunity is there, you won't dare to even take the first step. So one of the main thing that helped me grow my account using options, right, is I wait for opportunities like that while I stay invested. I can invest in some companies that's great, but when these companies are oversold and they are great companies, that's when I deploy options to take advantage, okay, of it. And when it recovers, the growth will be there. Okay. Of course, it also depends on a bit of luck. We can't deny that in trading there's a bit of luck. Okay, I managed to pick up some companies that was very cheap and very oversold, like Palantir. So Palantir, as we know, it grew very fast. At the same time, I picked up companies where they are already matured and their stock price came down due to some short-term news. That's when I captured that moment. Like Google, when Google faced challenges over their anti-monopolistic issues, the lawsuits, okay, a lot of people ran away from Google. I went in. So using options can help me really grow fast if we know how it works and if we dare to take advantage of the situation. So the last 3 years, how I grew largely is because I deployed options when the chance arrives.
Thanks for sharing, YY. Then maybe also on an adjacent note, I do understand that in our Piranha programs itself, our mentors also like to use different strategies. So what is your view or what's your take where there is so many different option strategies out there? Some people are very good at strangle straddles. Then you're talking about like bullish, call bullish synthetic. Some others are talking about like wheeling strategies. There's so many option strategies out there. And as a newbie or someone that just into the game, I might get very easily distracted or confused. What do you have to say to those that are watching this video?
How powerful a weapon is in the hand of those wielding it. Options is powerful and it caters to different kind of portfolio size, different kind of risk appetite, different kind of age group. Like for example, if I'm someone that is younger and I am more willing to take risks, then certain strategies will apply for me. But if I have already built up my wealth and I just want to grow my wealth in a stable manner, strategies like cash settle put, covered call, wheeling strategy might be more useful. So I always say options is like a Swiss Army knife. You can deploy it anywhere you like. And you can deploy it in any situation. Like market goes up, you can deploy. Market goes down, you can deploy. Market goes sideways, you can deploy. Small account can deploy. Large account can also deploy. So it's just down to individual. However, what's the most important thing is this. Never deploy options unless you are trained and you are mentored by someone who has been there and done that and is willing to show you their accounts. Because when they show you their live accounts, you get to see whether are they really telling the truth or they are just painting a nice picture to you when they themselves don't trade. So I believe in mentors that is willing to show us their account, and those are people that we can learn from. If we make money, they make money. If we lose, they also lose. So we trade together. And that's what I love about our community, where our mentors will trade together with us.
Okay, and especially for those beginners that are just starting out and they are interested to grow smaller accounts, lesser cash and a simpler strategy, do sign up for our upcoming black market. And I think YY will be sharing in his webinar on how he deploys such strategies and what are the things that he look out for. Some people will be wondering, okay, I'm looking at this set of returns, potentially. We are looking at how much kind of commitment. How long do you spend per day? What's your trading lifestyle routine like over the last 2 to 3 years?
Okay, I think we have to be very realistic. Last 1.5 years or 2 years were very good years. Not every year is going to be that a good year. But in the long term, we know that with consistency, we are going to get good returns. So in terms of duration span, right, in the past, I do spend a lot of time trading, probably 4 or 5 hours looking at the market here and there. Nowadays, probably 1 hour the most. The moment the market opens, I look at the stock price action, put in my orders, and I went to sleep. And most of the time, I sleep about 1 hour to 1.5 hours after the market open. In fact, right, that 1.5 hours, I'm not even looking at majority of the things that's happening in the market. Yeah, I'm just looking for opportunities for me to enter. That's about it. So I would say, if you are like me, who doesn't like to do a lot, then 1 hour to 1.5 hours is more than sufficient to trade. Of course, there are people who love to meddle with a lot of trades. Then yes, you can spend a bit more time trading different strategies. Okay, but generally for me, it's about 1 hour. In fact, many of my students that I'm coaching spend less than an hour trading.
Thanks for giving us that context, right? Maybe just to close out this entire discussion, maybe a last question from me is, if you could turn back time and to tell your younger self like 9 years ago, before he even lost that 100 grand that you talked about, what would you tell the younger YY?
Go and look for someone that can guide you before you even trade. Okay, it's hard-earned money. It was painful at the time. So one of the things, or should I say one of the excuses I gave myself at the time is, I have no time. There's other things more important. Okay. But now when I look back, right, if I have taken the first step of getting someone, getting a mentor, a community to back me up, to guide me, to watch out for me, probably I'll be a lot more profitable. I will be a lot more relaxed in my financial situation. So yes, that's what I would tell my younger self, to get someone to guide you before you trade. And that's why you should join the black market event, and you can click on the link below to register.
So thank you, YY, for sharing. I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion. Any questions, feel free to leave in the comments below. I'll get YY to answer if he has the time to in the comments. And with that, this is CK from Piranha Profit signing off. Till next time,
Bye-bye.
keep winning.